The scratching started 3 weeks after we moved in. I'd wake up at 2 a.m. Tyler breathing steady beside me, and I'd hear it. Soft at first, like mice in the walls. Then louder, deliberate. The sound of something alive behind the plaster, moving with purpose through the bones of our dream house. Our dream house. God, I actually called it that. Victorian architecture, wraparound porch, the kind of place you see in magazines with captions like, "Where Love Lives." Tyler bought it cash after his first wife died. He told me he kept it to honor her memory, which I thought was romantic in a tragic, wounded sort of way. Red flag number 1. But I was too busy playing savior to someone else's broken heart to notice my own judgment crumbling. I'm Sarah Mitchell, 28 years old, marketing consultant, which is a fancy way of saying I convince people to buy things they don't need with words they want to hear. Ironic, considering I bought every word Tyler ever sold me. I grew up in Denver, lost my parents in a house fire when I was 23, no siblings, no safety net. Just me and a grief counselor who taught me that loneliness makes you vulnerable to anyone offering warmth. Tyler offered warmth. Tyler offered everything. He was 34, charming in that effortless way some men are, like they were born knowing exactly what women want to hear. Commercial real estate agent. Good money. Great smile. His first wife, Ashley, had died 2 years before we met. Car accident on I-35, lost control, went off the bridge into Lake Travis. They never recovered her body, which Tyler said haunted him. The not knowing. The empty coffin funeral. The way grief has no body to bury, so it just floats around inside you looking for a home. I fell for him at a coffee shop on a Tuesday morning. He spilled his latte on my laptop, apologized 17 times, insisted on buying me a new one. We got dinner instead. 3 months later, I moved from my cramped apartment into his heart and his bed. 6 months after that, he proposed on the same bridge where Ashley died, which should have been red flag number 2, but he said it was about reclaiming the space, about love winning over tragedy. I said yes because I was tired of being alone. We married quickly. Small ceremony, courthouse. Time 0.3's, just us and 2 witnesses he knew from work. I didn't have anyone to invite anyway. My college friends had scattered across the country, and grief had made me bad at keeping in touch. Tyler said we didn't need anyone else. We had each other. That was enough. We moved into Ashley's house, his house, our house, 3 months ago. That's when the scratching started. That's when I started noticing other things too. The way food disappeared from the pantry faster than we could eat it. The way my prenatal vitamins seemed to evaporate, even though I'd just refilled the bottle. The way Tyler always had an excuse for why. We couldn't renovate the master bedroom, even though the closet was weirdly shallow, like there was space missing behind it. I was 12 weeks pregnant. Found out last Tuesday. Told Tyler that night. He cried, held me, said all the right things about family and future and forever. Then he started researching pregnancy complications on his laptop. I saw the browser history when he left it open. Miscarriage statistics, car accidents during pregnancy, life insurance policies for expectant mothers. I told myself he was just anxious. First-time father nerves. Men process fear differently. I made excuses because that's what you do when you're in love with someone who might be a lie. Tonight, Tyler's at a work dinner. Some client meeting that ran late. He said, "Won't be home until midnight." I'm alone in our bedroom, and the scratching behind the wall is so loud it sounds like something's trying to claw its way out. I can't ignore it anymore. The closet is a walk-in, deep, but not as deep as it should be for a house this size. I've always felt like there was space missing, like the dimensions didn't add up. I start pulling clothes off the back wall. Designer dresses Tyler bought. Me. Shoes I never wear because they're too expensive to risk scuffing. Behind them, hidden by a long winter coat, there's a seam in the wall. Not a crack. A door. My hands shake as I run my fingers along the edge. There's a latch. small, disguised as a wall anchor for hanging heavy frames. I press it. Something clicks. The panel swings inward on silent hinges, revealing darkness and a smell I can't quite name. Lived in. Human. I grab my phone, turn on the flashlight, and climb through. The crawl space is bigger than I imagined. Maybe 6 feet tall, 15 feet long, running the length of the bedroom wall. Someone's been living here. There's a sleeping bag, neatly rolled, protein bar wrappers in a small trash bag, a laptop charging from an outlet I didn't know existed, water bottles, a bucket in the corner I don't want to think about, and photos. Dozens of photos taped to the wall. Wedding photos. Tyler in a tuxedo, smiling at a woman with dark hair and bright eyes. She's wearing a white dress, laughing, alive. More photo. Time 0.4s, the woman and an elderly lady. Gray hair, kind face, standing in front of this house. A birthday party. Christmas morning. A whole life documented on the walls of a secret room. This is Ashley, Tyler's dead wife. Except she's not dead because there's a fresh water bottle here dated 3 days ago and the sleeping bag still smells like shampoo, and I hear breathing behind me and I spin around and she's there, standing in the shadows. Blonde now, not brunette like the photos. Thin, too thin, like she's been rationing food. Wearing sweatpants and a hoodie that used to be mine. I thought I'd lost it in the move. And her stomach. She's pregnant. Visibly, undeniably pregnant. Please don't scream, she says. Her voice is hoarse, like she doesn't use it much. I can explain everything. I can't breathe, can't think. My brain is trying to process impossible information. Dead wife, not dead. Living in the walls, pregnant, watching us, watching me, watching Tyler and me in that bed on the other side of this wall while she breathed in this darkness just feet away. You're supposed to be dead, I whisper. I know. She steps forward, and in the light from my phone I can see her face clearly. She looks like her photos but worn down, haunted. Tyler thinks I am. He's the one who tried to kill me. The room tilts. I have to put a hand on the wall to steady myself. What? 2 years ago. He drugged me, crashed my car into Lake Travis, left me for dead. Her words come out flat, rehearsed, like she's told this story to herself 1,000 times. But I survived, crawled out, stayed hidden. I've been living here for 18 months, gathering evidence. And Sarah, she says my name like she knows me, like we're friends. I've been watching you, and I need to tell you something before it's too late. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a small bottle, my prenatal vitamins, the ones that keep disappearing. I'm sorry, she says. I've been stealing these. I'm 6 months pregnant, and I couldn't risk going to a pharmacy. He'd find me, but I had to tell you tonight because... She stops, tears filling her eyes. He's going to kill you too, just like he tried to kill me. And I can't watch another woman die in my house. I slide down the wall to sit on the floor because my legs won't hold me anymore. This isn't real. This can't be real. But the prenatal vitamin bottle in her hand is definitely mine. And the woman in front of me is definitely pregnant. And the wedding photos on this wall are definitely real. And somewhere deep in my gut, in that place where women know things before their brains catch up, I know she's telling the truth. Start from the beginning, I say. My voice sounds strange. Detasha. Time 0.4s. Shock does that. Makes you calm when you should be screaming. Tell me everything. So she does. Ashley grew up in this house. Her mother died when she was 6. Cancer. Fast and brutal. Her grandmother Margaret raised her here, just the two of them, filling the rooms with love and laughter and the kind of safety that makes you think the world is good. When Ashley turned 25, Margaret deeded her the house. A gift. A legacy. Proof that some people actually keep their promises. Ashley met Tyler at a real estate conference. He was charming, time 0.3's attentive, everything a lonely girl raised by her grandmother might dream about. They dated for a year. He proposed at sunset on that bridge over Lake Travis, the same bridge where he'd proposed to me 5 years later. Same script, same performance, different actress. They married. Tyler moved into the house. Margaret, getting older and needing more care, moved to assisted living in Tampa. Everything seemed perfect until Ashley discovered paperwork in Tyler's office. Forged documents transferring the house deed from her name to his. Alone, like she didn't exist. Time 0.4's, like her grandmother's gift had never mattered. She confronted him. He said it was for tax purposes. Don't worry about it. Trust me. But Ashley couldn't stop worrying. She started digging, found more documents. Life insurance policies he'd taken out on her without permission. $500,000. Beneficiary, Tyler James Morrison. His full name, like he was already planning to cash it. I told him I wanted a divorce. Ashley says. She's sitting across from me now in this terrible secret room. Both of us pregnant. Both of us married to the same man who only one of us knew was a predator. That night, he made me tea. Said we should talk calmly, work things out. I drank it because I still loved him. Stupid, right. Still loved the man who was stealing my inheritance. The tea was drugged. She woke up in her car on a boat launch at midnight. Time 0.3's, Tyler behind the wheel, duct tape on her wrists. He drove the car into the lake, jumped out at the last second, watched it sink with her inside. But the duct tape was cheap. Water loosened the adhesive. Ashley got her hands free, smashed the window with her heel, swam out before the car fully submerged. She surfaced 50 yards away, in the dark, in the reeds, watched Tyler on the shore, on his phone, calling 911, crying, reporting an accident, playing the devastated husband. She knew if she came forward, he'd kill her for real. He had connections. His business partner was a lawyer. His college friend worked for the insurance company. Someone at the county clerk's office owed him favors. He'd built a network designed to protect him from consequences. So Ashley stayed dead. Homeless shelter for 2 months, sleeping in her car, until she remembered the house. Her house. The one Tyler had stolen. She knew about the crawl space. Her grandmother had shown it to her once. A quirk of Victorian architecture, a servant's passage from the old days. The entrance was hidden in the master bedroom closet. Tyler didn't know it existed. He'd never renovated, never explored. Too busy playing real estate agent and grieving widower to care about history. Ashley came back, climbed through the window one night while Tyler was traveling for work, set up camp in the walls, started documenting everything. Photos through the air vents, audio recordings, evidence. She's been here 18 months, living like a ghost in her own home. I got pregnant 3 months ago. Time 0.3's, she says quietly. There's someone, another survivor I met at the shelter. We stayed in touch. He's been helping me, bringing food, supplies. He's the father. He knows everything. He's good. Sarah, one of the good ones. I'm crying now. Can't help it. Tears sliding down my face in this nightmare room with this nightmare woman who isn't a nightmare at all, just a victim who refused to stay dead. Why didn't you go to the police? I ask. Why live in the walls? I tried. Filed a report 6 months ago with a detective. I thought I could trust. 2 days later, Tyler's at the police station, showing them my mental health records. Except I've never been to therapy. Sarah. He forged those too. Made me look unstable. Delusional. The detective called me back. Said I should seek help. Closed the case. Tyler has too many friends in too many places. She pulls out a laptop. Opens it. Shows me files. Hundreds of recordings. Tyler on the phone. Just 2 more years of payments on Sarah's policy. Then we're clear. Tyler to someone else. This one's easier than Ashley. No family, no one to ask questions. My stomach lurches. I barely make it to the bucket before I'm sick, heaving up dinner and horror and the bitter taste of betrayal. Ashley holds my hair back like we're college roommates, like this is normal. I'm sorry, she whispers. I'm so sorry you have to know. When I can breathe again, I ask, what's his plan? For me. She doesn't want to tell me. I can see it in her face, but I need to know. Lake cabin, she says final. Time 0.4s. He's been researching rental properties. Same lake where he killed me. He'll suggest a baby moon. Romantic getaway. Just you two in the woods and water that doesn't leave witnesses. He'll stage an accident. Pregnancy complications. Tragic fall. Devastated husband loses another wife. I think about Tyler at his work dinner right now. Wonder if there's even a client. Wonder if he's at that lake cabin, preparing. Wonder how long I've been sleeping next to someone who sees me as an investment that will pay out better dead. He has a life insurance policy on me, I say. It's not a question. $200,000. Same company. Same agent. His friend from college. Ashley pulls up more files, shows me paperwork. There's my signature. Except I never signed anything. He forged it, just like he did mine. We sit there in the crawl space, 2 pregnant women, 2 wives, 1 living ghost and 1 future corpse unless we do something. The house creaks around us. Somewhere outside, Tyler's car pulls into the driveway. We both freeze. He's home early. Ashley breathes. Go. Act normal. We'll figure this out. Tomorrow. I crawl back through the hidden door, pull it shut behind me, rehang the coats with shaking hands. By the time Tyler walks into the bedroom, I'm in bed, book open on my lap, picture of innocence. Hey, beautiful. He kisses my forehead. His lips feel like death. How was your night? Quiet, I say. The lie tastes like metal. Just reading. How was dinner? Productive. He's already undressing, comfortable, casual. Client wants to move forward on the property. Deal. Means a nice commission for us. Us. Like we're a team. Like he's not planning my murder. He climbs into bed beside me, and I have to use every ounce of control not to flinch when he touches my stomach. How's our little one? Good, I whisper. Everything's good. He falls asleep within minutes. I lie awake listening to him breathe and listening to Ashley breathe on the other side of the wall and wondering how many nights she's done this, listening to us live the life he stole from her. Tomorrow, we plan. Tonight, I just survive. The next morning, Tyler leaves for work at 7. Standard routine. Coffee and kiss at the door. Promises to be home by 6. The second his car disappears down the street, Ashley emerges from the wall. In daylight. She looks worse. Malnourished despite my stolen vitamins. Dark circles under eyes that haven't seen real sunlight in 18 months. But there's something fierce in her too. Something that survived drowning and came back for revenge. We need to call your grandmother, I say. Margaret. She never believed you died, did she? Ashley's face transforms. Hope, raw and painful. You do that. Contact her. She's your family. And if this house was hers, if she deeded it to you, then she has legal standing. We need someone with power who Tyler can't manipulate. We use my phone. Ashley's hands shake so badly I have to dial. It rings 4 times. Then a voice, elderly but strong. Hello? Grandma Maggie. Ashley's voice breaks. It's me. It's your Ash. The sound Margaret makes isn't quite a scream, isn't quite a so. Time. 0.4s. It's the noise of someone who's been holding their breath for 2 years and finally gets to breathe. Baby girl, she whispers. Oh, my baby girl. I knew it. I knew you weren't gone. Where are you? I'm home, Grandma. I'm in the house, and I need help. Margaret is 76, but sharp as broken glass. Within 2 hours, she's on a plane from Tampa. Within 4 hours, her lawyer, Patricia Reynolds, is on the phone with me, asking questions in a voice that could cut diamonds. Patricia is 65, practiced law for 40 years, and according to Margaret, doesn't lose cases or waste time. I've been investigating Tyler Morrison for 2 years, Patricia says. Ever since Margaret came to me saying her granddaughter wouldn't just abandon her, I believed her. No proof, but I believed her. Now you're telling me Ashley's alive. Alive and pregnant and living in the walls gathering evidence for 18 months. I confirm. Smart girl. There's approval in Patricia's voice. Send me everything she has. Recordings, photos, documents. I'll coordinate with law enforcement. But Sarah, you need to understand something. Tyler has connections. We need ironclad evidence, and we need him to confess. Can you do that? Wear a wire. Wear a wire. Trigger him. Make him admit to the fraud, the attempted murder, the insurance scam. Can you act normal long enough to trap him? I look at Ashley, who's watching me with eyes that have seen too much darkness. I think about the baby growing inside me. I think about Tyler's hands on my stomach last night and his research history about pregnancy accidents and the way he proposed on the same bridge where he tried to drown his first wife. I can do it, I say. I can do whatever it takes. Patricia walks me through the setup. I'll tell Tyler I want to add him as beneficiary on my small work-life insurance policy. Make him think the timeline is accelerating. This will make him confident, sloppy. Meanwhile, Ashley stays hidden. Margaret flies in quietly, stays at a hotel, coordinates with Patricia. We're building a trap with me as bait. The hardest part is acting normal. Tyler comes home that night with flowers, Thai takeout, all the little gestures that used to make me feel loved. Now they feel like stage directions. Performance of a husband. I eat dinner across from him and laugh at his jokes and let him kiss me, and I want to vomit, but I smile instead. I did something today, I say, casual, like it's nothing. Added you as beneficiary on my work-life insurance. It's small, just $50,000, but I wanted you protected. You know, in case anything happens. His face doesn't change. That's how I know Ashley was right. A real husband would protest. Say, don't talk like that. Nothing's going to happen. Tyler just nods. That's smart. Babe. Responsible. We should both have that protection. You already have life insurance on me, I ask innocently. Through work. Standard stuff. The lie comes so easily. Just making sure we're covered. That night, I wear the wire Patricia sent. Tiny thing, taped between my breasts. Invisible under my shirt. Ashley is in the walls listening through the vents. Margaret is at the hotel with Patricia, monitoring. The police are on standby. We're ready. Tyler suggests the lake cabin over breakfast. I've been thinking, he says, buttering toast like we're discussing vacation plans, not my murder. We should do a baby moon, before the baby comes and life gets crazy. There's this cabin I've been looking at. Really remote, beautiful views. Just us, nature, quality time. Every muscle in my body wants to run. Instead, I smile. That sounds perfect. When? Next weekend. I already put a deposit down. Surprise. He grins, proud of himself. Which lake? I ask. The wire is recording everything. Travis. I know it has memories, but I think it's time we make new ones there. Better ones. Lake Travis. Where he drowned Ashley. Where he'll try to drown me. He's not even creative enough to pick a different body of water. Babe, I say slowly. Isn't that where Ashley died? His face does something complicated. That's exactly why we should go. Reclaim that space. Show that love wins. You understand? Right. Of course. I reach across the table, take his hand. I trust you completely. His fingers squeeze mine. I know you do. That's what I love about you, Sarah. You trust so easily. The words hang in the air like a confession, like he's admitting I'm a perfect victim. Patricia will love this recording. But we need more. We need him to admit what he did to Ashley. I take a breath, dive in. Can I ask you something? My voice shakes, which is good, authentic. Sometimes I wonder about Ashley, about the accident. You never really talk about what happened. Tyler's hand tenses on mine. It was traumatic. I try not to relive it. I know, but I'm about to be the mother of your child, and I barely know anything about your first wife. Wasn't the house hers? From her grandmother. It was our house, community property. But originally hers. Right. Margaret deeded it to Ashley. I'm pushing now. Dangerous territory. I saw some old paperwork in the garage. Made me curious. Tyler pulls his hand away. Why were you going through the garage? Looking for paint samples. For the nursery. I keep my voice light. Innocent. I wasn't snooping. Just noticed Ashley's name on some old deed documents. And then yours. I didn't realize the house changed hands. Sarah. His voice has an edge now. Warning. That's private. Legal stuff you wouldn't understand. I'm just asking. I want to understand our assets. Our family's future. He stands up. Walks to the window. When he turns back, something has shifted in his face. The mask is cracking. You want to know about Ashley, he says quietly. Fine. She was unstable, paranoid. Started accusing me of stealing from her, which was insane. The house was legally mine, ours. She threatened divorce. I tried to help her, suggested therapy, but she refused. And then the accident happened. You were there. I was driving. She grabbed the wheel. We went off the bridge. I got out. She didn't. Each sentence is clipped. Rehearse. Time 00.4s. I tried to save her. Dove back in. Couldn't find her. The car sank too fast. It's a good story. Believable. Except Ashley's in the walls hearing this lie, and Patricia's recording this lie, and I know the truth about the duct tape and the drugged tea and the way he watched her sink. That must have been terrible, I say softly. Losing her like that. And now here we are, going back to that same lake. Are you sure that's a good idea? For your mental health. Tyler crosses the room, sits back down, takes both my hand. Time. 0.4s. His grip is too tight. Sarah, I need you to stop asking questions about Ashley. It's not healthy. You're pregnant, hormonal, and you're fixating on things that don't matter anymore. Ashley's gone. This is our life now. Our house. Our baby. Our future. Do you understand? I just want to make sure everything's legal. With the house. In case something happens to you, nothing's going to happen to me. He cuts me off. But you're right to think about protection. That's why we have the insurance policies. That's why I make sure you're taken care of. Because unlike Ashley, you actually trust me. You're not paranoid. You're not going to destroy what we have by questioning everything. There it is. The slip. The implication that Ashley's death was somehow her fault for not trusting him enough. I push harder. But what if she was right? About the house being stolen. Grandma Margaret is still alive. What if she contests the ownership? Tyler's face goes cold, really cold. The charming mask is completely gone now. That old woman has dementia. No court would take her seriously. Time, 0.4s. And besides, he stops himself. Too late. Besides what? Besides, she's in Tampa and she doesn't matter anymore. He stands up again. I need to go to the office. We'll talk about this later when you're calmer. He leaves. The door slams. I sit at the table, shaking, wire still recording. Ashley emerges from the wall 30 seconds later. Did we get enough? I ask. She's crying. He said I was unstable, paranoid, like it was my fault. He also admitted to being in the car when you went into the lac. Times our 0.4s, said he was driving. That contradicts his police statement that you were alone. I check my phone. Text from Patricia. Got it. Good work. Don't go to that lake cabin. Moving up timeline. Arrest scheduled for tomorrow. Tomorrow. 24 more hours of pretending. 24 more hours of sleeping next to someone who sees me as a life insurance payout. Margaret arrives that night while Tyler's still at the office. She comes through the front door like she owns the place, which, legally, she does. 76 years old, gray hair in a practical, bob, eyes like steel. She sees Ashley and something breaks in her face. They hold each other in the entryway, both crying, and I have to look away because the love is so raw it hurts to witness. My baby, Margaret keeps saying. My sweet baby girl. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry I couldn't tell you. You survived. That's all that matters. You survived, and now we're going to destroy him. Patricia arrives an hour later with 2 detectives and a plan. Tomorrow, Tyler thinks he's meeting a client at a coffee shop downtown to discuss property investment. Time, 0.4s. Actually, he's walking into an interrogation. Patricia has all of Ashley's recordings, all the forged documents, the insurance fraud evidence, and my wire recording from this morning. But they need one more thing. The first wife. Detective Morrison says. She's 40, experienced, has the kind of face that's seen every variety of human evil. Patricia mentioned there was a first wife before Ashley. Jessica, Ashley says quietly. Tyler told me about her. Said she died in a hiking accident 3 years before we met. Fell off a cliff in Big Bend. Time 0.4s. They never recovered the body. Detective Morrison exchanges a look with her partner, Detective Park. He's younger, Korean American, wearing an expression that says he already knows where this is going. We'll pull those records. Morrison says, if there's a pattern, if Jessica's death has the same markers as Ashley's attempted murder, we can build a case for serial insurance fraud and attempted murder. Maybe actual murder. Serial. The word hangs in the air. Tyler isn't just a bad husband. He's something else. Something that targets vulnerable women, marries them, insures them, kills them. How many more were there before Jessica? How many other women did Tyler erase? I sleep in the guest room that night. Tell Tyler I'm having pregnancy insomnia. Don't want to keep him awake with my tossing. He doesn't argue. Probably relieved. In the morning, he kisses my forehead, says he has an early meeting. We'll be back by lunch. Love you, he says at the door. Love you too. The lie is getting easier. That scares me. The second he's gone, we move. Ashley, Margaret, Patricia, the detectives, and me. We all go to the coffee shop where Tyler thinks he's meeting a client. We sit at a back table, watching through the window. Patricia's contact at the district attorney's office is ready with warrants. Everything is in place. Tyler arrives at 9, walks in confident, orders a coffee, sits down at a table near the window, looks at his phone. He's waiting. He doesn't know he's the one being hunted. Detective Morrison walks in first, sits down across from him uninvited. He looks up, confused, starts to stand. Morrison shows her badge. Tyler's face drains of color. Park joins them. They talk. We can't hear from our surveillance position, but we can see. Tyler shaking his head. Morrison placing documents on the table. Photographs. Tyler trying to stand. Park's hand on his shoulder, pushing him back down. More documents. An iPad with video. Ashley's recordings. Tyler sees himself on that screen, hears his own voice discussing insurance fraud, keeping Sarah calm, managing, timeline. His face goes from denial to anger to calculation in 30 seconds. He's looking for exits, looking for leverage, looking for the story that will save him. Morrison pulls out handcuffs. That's when Tyler sees us. Through the window, Ashley and I standing together, Margaret between us with her arms around both her girls. He sees his dead wife alive. He sees his current wife informed. He sees everything he built collapsing. His mouth opens. Even through the glass, I can read his lips. You. Morrison is speaking. Reading right. Time 0.4. Tyler isn't listening. He's staring at Ashley like she's a ghost that refuses to stay buried. Maybe that's exactly what she is. The ghost who came back for justice. They lead him out in handcuffs. Walk him past our window. He doesn't look away from Ashley. There's no remorse in his face. Just rage that she beat him. That we beat him. It's over, Margaret whispers. It's finally over. But it's not. Not yet. The investigation explodes. Jessica Warren's death is reopened. Turns out she had a $400,000 life insurance policy with Tyler as beneficiary. Time 0.4. Her family never believed the hiking accident story but had no proof. Now they have Ashley's pattern, my testimony, Patricia's evidence. They exhume what they thought was Jessica's grave. Find out the body was never properly identified. Just assumed to be her because Tyler said so. Jessica is still missing, probably still dead, but now it's murder, not accident. They find a third woman, too, before Jessica, Stephanie Porter. Died in a house fire 5 years before Jessica. $300,000 policy, same insurance company, same agent, Tyler's college friend, who breaks under interrogation and admits he knew about all of them, helped file the fraudulent claims, gets arrested for conspiracy and insurance fraud. The county clerk who filed Ashley's fake death certificate, also arrested. Tyler's business partner who provided legal cover, under investigation. The whole network Tyler built to protect himself unravels in 72 hours. The media calls him the insurance killer, the man who married for money and murdered for profit. They find his storage unit filled with trophies, wedding rings from wives who supposedly died, driver's license, time 0.4's, photos, Stephanie's, Jessica's, Ashley's, mine too, which means he'd already taken it from my wallet, already started his collection before I was even dead. The trial takes 6 months. I testify. Ashley testifies. Margaret testifies. Stephanie's mother testifies, crying, finally knowing what happened to her daughter. Jessica's sister testifies with the same tears, the same rage, the same grief that's been waiting 5 years for permission to be real. Tyler's lawyer tries every angle. Mental illness. Trauma from childhood. His clients made him do it for the money. Nothing sticks. The evidence is too strong. 27 recordings of Tyler discussing insurance fraud. 53 forged documents. 3 dead wives. 1 attempted murder. 3 counts of fraud. Conspiracy. And enough circumstantial evidence to fill a warehouse. Guilty. All counts. Life in prison without parole. I'm in the courtroom when they read the verdict. So is Ashley. So is Margaret. We hold hands. 3 generations of women who refused to be erased. Tyler doesn't look at us. Doesn't look at anyone. Just stares straight ahead like he's already somewhere else, calculating his next move, his next con, his next victim. But there won't be a next victim. Not anymore. Ashley moves back into the house. Her house. Margaret moves back too. Takes the first-floor bedroom that used to be hers. I stay because where else would I go? This strange family that trauma built is the only family I have now. We seal the crawl space. Ashley can't bear to look at it anymore. And honestly, neither can I. We tear out the false wall. Time 0.3's on expand the closet. Let light into the space where she survived for 18 months. New paint, new carpet, new memories. My son is born in September. James Michael Mitchell. 8 pounds. Perfect lungs. Tyler's eyes, but my nose and I refuse to let genetics determine his story. Ashley's daughter is born 2 weeks later. Emma Grace. 7 pounds. Blonde hair. Ashley's smile. They share a nursery sometimes. These babies who could have been orphans, who should have been insurance payouts, who instead are alive because their mothers were, stronger than the man who tried to erase them. We're sitting on the porch one evening, autumn air cooling the day's heat. Margaret is in her rocking chair, Ashley and I on the steps, babies sleeping in our arms. The house creaks around us the way old houses do, settling into its new history. "Thank you," Ashley says quietly, "for not screaming that night, when you found me." "Thank you for not staying quiet," I answer, "for using your voice after 18 months of silence." Margaret reaches down, touches both our shoulders. "My girls, my brave, brilliant girls, you saved each other." "We did. In this house that tried to be a tomb but became a fortress. In this family that shouldn't exist but does. In this story that should have ended in a lake but ended instead in justice. Sometimes late at night, I still hear scratching in the walls. Just mice now. Just ordinary sounds in an ordinary house. But I get up anyway, check the locks, look in on the babies, make sure everyone I love is breathing. Ashley does the same thing. We pass each other in the hallway at 2 a.m. Both of us checking, both of us protecting, both of us knowing that survival is something you have to choose every single day. "Can't sleep?" she asks. "Never really can." I admit, me neither. We stand there in the dark house, 2 mothers, 2 survivors, 2 women who married the same monster and lived to tell about it. And in that moment, I realize something. Tyler took so much from us. Our trust, our peace, our innocence. But he also gave us something he never intended. He gave us each other. "I'm glad. You're alive," I tell Ashley. "I'm glad you are too." We go back to our rooms, back to our babies, back to our lives that we built from the wreckage of Tyler's plans. The house settles around us. Outside, the world keeps turning. Inside, we keep surviving. And that's the thing about women like us. The thing that men like Tyler never understand until it's too late. You can try to bury us. You can try to drown us. You can try to erase us from deeds and documents and existence itself. But we don't stay dead. We come back. We testify time 0.4s. We destroy you. And then we take our houses back and fill them with life and love and the sound of children laughing in rooms that were supposed to be tombs. Tyler is in prison. We are free. Justice isn't always perfect, but sometimes, when you fight hard enough, when you refuse to stay quiet, when you choose each other over the lies you were told, justice wins. This is my story, Ashley's story, Margaret's story, the story of the women who lived in the walls and came out fighting, the story of the family that trauma built and love sustained, the story that should have ended in tragedy, but ended instead in this. 3 generations on a porch, 2 babies sleeping, and a future that belongs to us, not to Tyler, never again to men like Tyler, to us, the survivors, the victors, the ones who refused to be erased,